Mike Salinas' race team is called Scrappers. He started his empire by collecting scrap metal and taking it to the recycler. Built that into a business. Built that into a number of businesses, and he has become tremendously successful. And one of the reasons he's always been attracted to drag racing is because he would go through the pits when he was a very young man after the races were over and pick up all the leftover clutch discs and floaters and pieces and parts that the teams discard and recycle the scrap metal. That's how he got started. Working now with the folks at Pep Boys and, of course, Pleasanton. Ready Mix? I was going to ask those guys if they could make Joe a pair of shoes, but they started the car too quickly. As I mentioned earlier, Cam Ferre is the car that is supposed to be in the right lane. But Cam, if you were this yesterday, in final qualifying, they had a kablooey down at the top end of the racetrack. Devastated the engine, and they were just unable to get the thing turned around and back together. It's been a tough weekend for Terry Haddock, but they were able to get the funny car, as I understand it, back together and ready to race, but you just couldn't get the top fuel car. 3.709, 323 miles an hour. Nice, solid run down the racetrack for Rob Flynn, for the Scrappers, and for driver Mike Salinas. So that'll officially move him into the next round. 3.709 at 323 miles an hour. They had to wait a couple minutes to do it, and that's still a pretty solid run. Second quickest run of race day so far. The quickest run of race day, of course, was the quickest run that we've ever seen at this racetrack. Down to Jason.
Well, I'm down here with the driver who was supposed to be in the right lane there, and Cameron Ferre was watching that run. I guess that helps take the sting off a little bit that Mike went down there and ran in the 70s. But tough break for your Haddock team, not being able to get back out here. Did you figure out what happened yesterday?
Yeah, unfortunately, we broke a valve train component and a head stud, like right at about 750 feet, and it just, what happened, we had the parts to fix it motor-wise, but unfortunately all the body work, the mud flaps and the belly buckets and all that, it just disintegrated everything. So unfortunately, these are kind of a one-off car. So, but again, a big thank you to Scott Palmer's team, DSR, and everybody that came over to try to help to get us back out there. We really appreciate it. We're doing everything we can to continue this dream. And like I said, I appreciate all the fans out here. And yeah. NHRA drag racing's awesome. No better way to spend my birthday. Maybe I wanted to be right there. I tried to get the Super Comp car out. My wife tried to steal hers, but it didn't work.
Happy birthday.